Here we go. It is the Friday version of After 9 here on AM800. Mike and Lisa from The Morning Drive. You can listen to us weekday mornings 5 to 9 on the 50,000 watt blowtorch as we get going here to get ready for the weekend. Now, our weekend is nicely underway. Well, as soon as we're done then.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty much here, but it's kind of gray now. It's amazing when you go through a bunch of cloudy days and weeks, how much the sun really makes a difference in your attitude.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And we have not had a lot of sun the last, I don't know, it seems like the entire new year.
Yesterday was good. And there was a really nice sunset last night too.
There was. Yeah, that was nice to see. That was nice to see. Jen, yes. Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. So, lots to get to. A few things to get to this morning. One, I like to say unprecedented response from the bidet that I gave Kelly for her birthday. But I would like to state the fact, because I got a lot of questions about this, that is not the only thing I got her.
Yeah, you really have to clarify that.
There were many other gifts. There were flowers. There was a cake and other gifts, all for the birthday. I just wanted to state that for the record here on After 9.
I think you should have got it, but I don't think you should have included it as her birthday gift.
Oh, well, it was kind of a funny birthday gift type thing. Haha, this is for your birthday, but we were going to get one anyway. So,
okay.
All right.
And did you install it?
It has been installed. It needs adjustments. The spray is going too far forward. I have to move it back a little bit. So I got that on my docket for this weekend. Bidet moving.
Bidet adjusting. Adjusting.
Never thought I'd say that for my week. Can you imagine that when you're 19-year-old self, you could talk to that 19-year-old right now.
Mm-hmm.
On the weekend of January 22nd of the year 2021, you're going to be adjusting a bidet on your toilet. That's what you'll be doing with your weekend.
And that will be the most exciting thing going on in your life.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, Mike says, good morning from Frostbite Falls, Minnesota. One of our international viewers. Mike,
hello.
Good morning. Frostbite Falls, Minnesota. What a cool town, city name. That where exactly is Frostbite, Mike?
In Minnesota.
Yeah. I know where Minneapolis is, St. Paul. I don't know exactly where Frostbite Falls is. That sounds like a nice area, though. It looks like you'd have a nice cottage there in the middle of the evergreen forest. That's what I picture Mike at. A little smoke coming out of the chimney right now. Hot chocolate in his hand.
It says it's a fictional town in Minnesota based on the real town, International Falls, Minnesota, from the cartoon TV series The Rocky and Bullwinkle Show.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
That's good. Good impersonation. Okay, now, one of the things I'd like to talk about this morning is something that came up off the air today on our show. We are on video chat with each other throughout the program, throughout the 4 hours, so we can talk between commercials and what we want to do on the show and all that stuff. And there is something that Lisa does that she doesn't even realize that she does, that your daughter pointed out earlier in the day yesterday, the Lisa sigh.
My husband says that all the time too. And like my daughter will say, what's the matter? And I'll say, nothing. Why? Well, you just sighed. And I'll be like, I did? I sighed?
And you were doing it this morning with me when we were on our video chat.
Big sigh. And I don't even realize I'm doing it. And I don't know why I'm doing it because I don't really feel like, I guess it's just, I don't know. Is it stress? Is it stress? Did I scratch my finger stressfully?
Yeah, I think it's a way of relieving stress, isn't it? Because it was a very busy show today. You might be you're a little tired this morning. It's been a long week or whatever, talking COVID and talking about the inauguration and stuff like that. So I think a sigh does bring you a sense of calmness and relief to whatever state you're in, maybe a stressed state. And it kind of brings everything down.
Listen to this. I just looked this up.
Okay.
While sighs are often attributed to sadness, anger, frustration, angst, research indicates that sighing is a natural part of pulmonary function the average person sighs 12 times per hour. And without those sighs, the air sacs inside of the lungs would cave in, resulting in death.
Whoa!
Just
Good
trying to
thing
stay
you
alive,
did.
my friend. Just trying to stay alive.
Wow, that is crazy. So it's good thing that you are doing the sigh. Let everybody give out a good sigh when you're stressed, or you could just blow up like a Spinal Tap drummer, just combust.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Crazy. Barb says, well, how can we tell if you don't know you're doing it? I also do the big sigh. It's like a cleansing. Yeah. Well, I think somebody does have to point it out, and then maybe you will notice it that you're doing it, perhaps, or maybe you just notice it once in a while. Because the thing I notice, and we've talked about this before too, is what I do now whenever I get up, either like I'm doing one of my projects, like I'm installing floors lately now upstairs. Thanks to all our friends over at Doobies for the help with that. And or if I get up from my chair, while we're doing the show, I give the grunt. Ugh.
Right. And you don't know you're doing it.
Don't even know when I'm doing it. And then Kelly will say, you okay over there?
You okay, old man?
Yeah, you okay? How's that back? Sore.
Yeah, I hear you.
I had to carry Lisa for 4 hours today. Hey-o.
That old joke. You can only use that once in your life.
Yeah, I think so. That was my shot. So at least
Hey,
it was on live Facebook.
That's right. We had a fun time talking with Premier Doug Ford this morning. He joined us at about 8:45 and stuck with us until close to 9 o'clock, which is great. Nice to have some time. We know how busy he is right now. And,
I bet you sighs a lot.
Oh, I bet he sighs all the time. Yes, every time he takes his mask off, he probably sighs. But yeah, he's kind-hearted. Whether you love him or not, whether you agree with what he does of the province, or you have a beef with him, you can't deny he wears his heart on his sleeve. And he really is doing his best. And I think he's very real. And when he talks about, doing his best to try and get vaccines for the province, and calls the head of Pfizer, calls the prime minister, tries to get a hold of the president of the United States, like he really is doing his best. And, I think COVID has been good for him in one respect. And that is, I think his approval rating has gone up. I think a lot of people have recognized that realness and can appreciate it, whether or not you like what he does. Maybe you've, had some problems with some of his policies, but he's doing his best right now.
I think he is. I like Dougie Boy. I think he does his best too. I think he's good, and it seems like he's treating Windsor Essex pretty good. We had talked to Windsor Mayor Drew Dilkins, who says, anytime I have a concern, a question, whatever it might be, the fact is that Doug Ford gets back to him almost immediately with a phone call or a return text. And to me, for a guy like Doug Ford to do that, is pretty impressive.
Right. We're just little old Windsor.
Little old Windsor down here. So that conversation we had with Doug Ford, along with some other segments from this morning, and something you may miss from the last few weeks, up on our podcast page shortly. As soon as producer Ed gets his ass in gear, I guess, because I don't see it there yet, at AM800 CKLW.com. I put the link in our thread this morning.
Hey, I want to be the one to announce the numbers today.
Oh, yeah, go for it. Feel free.
So there's good news and bad news. The bad news is 8 additional deaths. We don't want to hear about any of those. The good news is we are under 100 cases.
Wow.
At 99 cases. So I think that's excellent news.
Okay, so yeah, that is very good news. We haven't had that low of cases, I think, in about a week. It was 87 last Saturday, and that seemed like a blip. So hopefully this is more of a trend that we're seeing today with the COVID numbers. Brenda Lee says there's millennials in Amherstburg. What's that mean? Snowflakes in Amherstburg. Oh, like snow.
See, so what did she say?
Get it? You didn't get my joke? Snowflakes. People call people that are soft, like the millennials. Snowflakes.
Yeah.
So she was saying. All right, that was a bad joke. A lot of people saying what they're doing the weekend. Either starting my weekend by watching Zulu. today and tomorrow.
Hmm.
Zulu.
It's a show, isn't it? Series?
I guess. I don't know. Did you say this week you watched the second part of the Tiger Woods documentary?
Yes, I did.
I'm gonna watch that. I haven't watched part 2 yet. I'm gonna watch that this weekend.
Well, the first part I found was more about his career, and how he got to where he is, and how he was raised, and his dad, and all of that. The second part is more on when things went south, and more on his personal life and the breakup of his marriage and his sex addiction and everything he went through. But it's interesting. I think, despite all of this stuff coming out, and Tiger Woods was never interviewed for this, so you never see Tiger being interviewed directly for this documentary. It's other people in his life, and I don't think he had a role in producing it or anything. But despite all of that, and despite what you see and you learn and all the stuff that's brought up again, at the end of it all, and I said to my son, I'm like, he's got to be happy with that. He's got to be happy with it.
Because it could have been a lot worse.
Could have been a whole lot worse. And you come out of it, and maybe you tell me what you think when you watch it all. You come out of it thinking, I get it. I get, learning about how he was raised in the bubble that he was kept. Not so much, free time and being a young kid and all that. And the pressures that were put on him and how his dad raised him to be so focused and all of that. You can sort of understand how he would go off the rails, and we see this too, right? With so many young celebrities, people grow up in Hollywood too, and have so much fame, really early on. I don't know, Justin Bieber or whatever, but it's like you get it. And at the end of it all, you can appreciate what he's been through, and you can give him credit for getting his life back on track. At least I did.
Yeah. Hopefully it is, as far as we know. I think his dad was kind of a jackass, to be honest.
It comes out. It comes out in the documentary. Yeah.
Yeah. I have read the book about Tiger from a few years ago, and there's a lot of stuff about that in there. So, yeah. So I'm going to watch that this weekend. So that should be a good time. And what else did I want to mention? I think that's about it. Anything else you want to talk about before we say goodbye for the weekend?
No, let's leave it at that. I could get into a whole bunch of other stuff. We'll leave it for Monday. You and I have to do another little thing here too. Our day is not done yet.
No, more to do.
We're a part of the Stay at Home Ontario campaign, the hashtag Stay at Home Ontario campaign. So we're gonna do a little video for that as Windsor Essex joins the rest of Ontario. Restez à la maison.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We're getting better at it every time we do this. So it's all good. It's all good. One more stat to make you feel very old today. This will be for, I think it's for tomorrow's date. Yeah, tomorrow's date. It was 30 years ago tomorrow. Seinfeld debuted. 30 years? 30.
Wow.
I thought, if you would just have me guess and not even think about it, I'd be like, oh, about 10 years ago.
10?
No. 15? I don't know.
It's because you're still watching the reruns. I do.
Oh my God, every day. It's like my go-to when there's nothing on and I just want to have the TV on and I'm go on my phone or whatever. That's what's fine.
Good idea. Wow. Oh yeah, it did make me feel old. Thanks for that. Thank you.
30 years. Man. Producer Ed, was it challenging for Mike to grow up with everyone knowing him as Carol's son? It still is. Forget growing up. Everybody knows my mom everywhere I go. Oh, you're Carol's son.
Where did that come from?
Producer Ed. Yeah, after our Tiger Woods father talk and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Very challenging to live up to such lofty expectations.
We love Carol.
We do. She's the best. Okay, have a great weekend, everyone. Again, if you want to hear Doug Ford, any of our segments, go to the Morning Drive podcast page at AM800CKLW.com or wherever. This is what they all say. Wherever you get your favorite podcasts or whatever favorite app you use for your podcast, whatever it is.
You can find us there.
That's
yes. Right. Hashtag Stay Home Ontario.
Yeah.
See you Monday.